Because we know that the one genre out there that is the most fun to play by yourself is the fighting game. Here's Street Fighter Alpha 2 on the Super Nintendo. Developed and published by Capcom very late in the life of the Super Nintendo in 1996, this supported the arcade fighting hit. But because my mom doesn't let me go to the arcades, as they are the popular gathering places of the kids that wear trench coats, play shooting games, and listen to Marilyn Manson, who, by the way, is an honorary priest of the Church of the Devil, I'm not exactly familiar with the arcade game personally, so this is all I really have to go by. At first glance, you're going to be pleasantly surprised by the quality of this game. The graphics of this game are absolutely breathtaking. Capcom used an SDD1 chip for graphic decompression to make this possible. As far as I know, there are only 2 games that use the SDD1 chip, and Street Fighter 2 is the only one to come to America. And for what it's worth, there doesn't seem to be any major side to decompressing its graphics using the chip. It feels like they took the original Street Fighter 2 and pumped it full of steroids. And some anime. There are characters from the previous Street Fighter 2 game, but a lot of new ones as well to fit a whole array of different fighting styles like the Karate Brothers, the Leg Lady, this guy, some dude really into sodomy, a hair gel connoisseur, the anime schoolgirl, and even Marilyn Manson himself, among many others. The single player mode does not offer too much, but it can be a challenge if you set the game to the highest difficulty and encounter the secret fights. While on the hardest difficulty, you may notice that the game takes an absurd amount of skill, so make sure you train really hard. This series of games is one that has a deep lore, with various published manga, anime, and even a hit movie starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Okay, well, that wasn't the Alpha series. I guess this is his own thing. But it seems like this game has its own interesting narrative, with its endings, character matchups, and it serves as a kind of prequel to the mainline series. There are some drastic changes to the game play from the previous Street Fighter series. In this game, you get the ability to block while in the air and a super meter which you can use for various things like super moves, a counter hit, as well as build your own type of super combo. The arcade mode consists of 8 fights plus some bonus secret fights like the mid-level rival, which you face by winning the first 5 matches with at least one of the rounds having been finished using a custom combo or super move. Then there's unlocking the fight against Shin Akuma, which requires you to beat the whole game without losing a round and having at least 5 or more perfect rounds. You can't lose to continue, and you have to do this on the second Thursday of the month, which also has to be the harvest moon, and you have to wear a yellow shirt, unless it's after Labor Day, which means you have to be wearing a tie-dye onesie. I believe that's also the same exact requirements for unlocking Goku and Super Smash Bros. According to Cheat Code Central. So, what do I think of this game? Have you ever had to wait behind someone at a soda fountain in a restaurant and it always happens to be the one guy that is filling cups for about the last 18 generations of his goddamn family? We all know that at the end, you finally get your drink, and in hindsight, it doesn't feel like you waited that long at all. Not only that, the wait was worth it too. All around, it's almost a surreal experience having a game of this quality in the Super Nintendo, and there could still be some enjoyment out of playing it by yourself. Some of the fights can be challenging, however the real difficulty is pushing yourself to unlocking the secret fights and then putting the game down because you were able to find the exact pattern of how a computer player fights, and it means that you're good enough for Evo, and you've basically accomplished everything that there is to do in the fighting game circuit, so you might as well go back to playing that Aerosmith game instead. However, if you're looking for a good deal, see if you can find it in the clearance bin at your local Toys R Us. I'm sure you can.